Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty Group, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now, for those of you that are longtime viewers of Pick 5, when you saw the title today, Fantasy Properties, I think we're going to call it, or Most Expensive Homes, did any of you think maybe this is the last Pick 5 for the year? I have done this, to be honest, I don't know. I'm going to say that I have done this at least twice in the past. I end the year with fantasy properties. Why? Well, because there's really not a lot out there. I'm sure I could find a theme if I wanted to. One bed, one bath investment properties. But this needs to be the last Pick 5 of the year. It has been a very long year. It has been a very long year. And to be honest, I don't think anyone's going to be watching Pick 5 on December 22nd, although something tells me they would be. I have a lot of loyal people that watch Pick 5. And many of my wife's friends. We went out for dinner on Friday night, which was so unnecessary. And I made a comment about awesome sauce, which is a phrase I hate, which I included in last week's Pick 5. One of my wife's friends, of course, continued the theme, which made me realize she had already watched that week's Pick 5, which came out at 8 o'clock on Thursday. Good to know. She nailed it down within the first 12 hours it was available. My wife said she watched it while folding laundry, which is, like a lot of the people that watch movies that are up for Oscars, they do that while, folding their underwear, mowing the lawn. It's a term of endearment. Anyways, it is going to be the last Pick 5, guys, and I did have fun on Friday night. I'm just kidding. Thank you to anybody and everybody that came to our holiday skate. I don't know where that goes. But it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of people show up. Maybe we'll put up some photos. Here's my son. Sorry. Here's Chris's son. That wasn't a Freudian slip. I was going to say, here's my daughter and Chris's son, who, guess what? They're getting married. Yeah, in 25 years. There was a bit of a snafu. We went to Upper Canada College, and Matthew said, everyone has to wear a helmet. And I said, oh, Matt, come on. I'm a child of the 80s. I've never worn a helmet. I don't need a helmet. Who skis with a helmet? Who even puts the bar down when they are on the lift, Sure enough, they threatened to kick all of us out if we didn't wear a helmet. So we started swapping helmets. Do we have a picture of me and Chris with the bike helmets? That's Tara's mom's extra small bike helmet that I wore. And I actually wore it on the ice, as ridiculous as that looks. But there's me schooling a small child at hockey. So other than the helmet snafu, which Matt said was totally predictable, it was a great time. Yeah, maybe some other photos here. Here's our team. Yeah, what a great little squad. Kristen's in there too because she's part of the team. We work with her clients, and it was great to have everybody out. Let's see. Here's Tony. Tony, our mortgage broker, and his wife and his daughter. There's a nice one. How about Matthew and his fiance, Madeline? Great work nailing that down, Matt. Madeline, what the hell were you thinking? Forever's a long time. And then you know what? We did this cookie decorating thing and coloring, which was really awesome. So I'd love to make this an annual thing. Hopefully next year we can do it again and more people can come. But the risk of being a little long in the tooth, I'll have to look up what that actually means. Let's get into this week's Pick 5. Why not? So I wanted to, as I said, look at fantasy properties. Now, what's your fantasy property versus mine versus the next person? I don't know. Part of why I do this at the end of the year, as I said, there's not a lot available, but on the weekend we went up to that Uxbridge train thing, like the Santa train. Y'all know what I'm talking about? All the other dads were like, why are we here? We could be watching football. It's like this train that first you freeze. You sit outside freezing cold, warming your hands over like little barrels of like burning stuff. And then the train drives out and drives back while the kids go crazy and my son punched Santa. But anyways, while we were on the way home, I said to my wife, we could retire out here one day. My daughter said, no, you can't. And I said, Maya, do I have to live at our house forever? And she said, yes. But I started to think, it's a bit premature, but these big properties that are, out of the city and have acreage and have ponds and stuff like that. Is that a fantasy property? Is that what you or I or anyone else would like? So I'll say this about my fantasy property, if I could. I'd love like a golf simulator, a batting cage would be really cool. I'd never use any of this stuff, by the way. What about a basketball court? Maybe an indoor basketball court? Maybe a tennis court outside, something like that. That'd be cool. What if you had like your own like chipping range outside? I don't really drink wine, but a sit down wine cellar, that could be kind of cool. What about like a games room? That could be kind of neat. Would anyone use this stuff? I don't know. What would I actually want? Nothing. My life is a fantasy. So let's look at these properties and let's see if any of these properties have the really cool stuff we're looking for. I did try to pick stuff that's not all like the same. I kind of mixed in a couple of maybe I would say some odd ones. Let's do this. I want to show you guys. Okay, I'm going to put in list price 5 million, and I'm going to zoom out because I want to show you guys. For those of you that think 5 million is a lot of money, I mean it is. So I'm going to try to get. Can we get this on the screen here? Okay, narrow criteria or zoom in. That's when there's over 200. So let's say 6 million. Let's say 6 million. How many $6 million properties? 170. Okay, and now they'll start to populate. Now, if I zoom out too much, right, we might get to the 200 max, and it's going to tell us to zoom out again. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go 7 million. Let's go 7 million. Narrow criteria or zoom. You're not helping me. Okay, 7 million. You guys are getting dizzy from this, I bet. Please don't tell me narrow criteria. Damn it. All right, fine. 8 million. Ugh. Here we go. 180. And now you can see kind of where they are. They are everywhere. So 180, you've got, again, some of them are land, by the way. Like this could be land. You've got a couple down here by the water. These are probably, Midtown Toronto. But a lot of stuff outside the city, right? And like if you look at this, okay, this is land, obviously, 30 million. Right? And this looks like a farm. So let's do this. Let's put in the word detached to look for the house down to 145. Now the issue is a lot of the land that's for sale has an old crappy detached house on it, and here's one obviously. Okay, so that's an $8.8 million house. And over here in Brampton, wow, that looks like a castle. Here's 8.4. And here again is land value, right? 2-bed, 1-bath bungalow for 15 million doesn't sound right. So I picked 5 properties. Ooh, Quail Run. Let's click on that just because I'm impulsive. So I picked 5 properties, and here's the tough part. That looks like a really, really cool property. But then when you go inside, and I'm like, wow, cool. I don't care. That's why I picked 5 properties. So let's do this. I'm going to go over to this window here. These are the 5 that I picked, and I did pick 30 High Point because it is the most expensive. Let's do that just to say we did. Okay, a lot of clicking around. I'm going to have a hard time editing this. So I'm going to go results, narrating what I'm doing, and I'm going to scroll down. Okay, so see this? 60 Liverpool Road, 60 million. That's land. Stouffville Road, that's land. Dolton. Oh, it wasn't the most expensive. Oh, hello. Okay, I didn't include this in pick 5, but I don't love this one. That's an interesting house, right? Well, maybe we're doing a pick 6 now. I'll just show you the photos. Okay? 29 mil. The one I picked was 28 mil. Holy good Lord. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can we critique a $29 million house? Yeah? All right. I think I've seen enough of this. No? You guys want to keep going? Fine. This has become a pick 6. Jesus. I mean, look, you're in your 3-bed, 1-bath semi. Yeah, you'd probably rather live here. But your 3-bed, 1-bath semi's cozy. It's lived in. This is something else, man. Wow. Y'all seen enough? No? Want to keep going? Okay, pick 6. Here we go. Pick 6. I'm only doing this because, this is my favorite nightclub. I'm only doing this because I said that it was the most expensive, and the one I picked was not. They actually have red ropes, so is it possible this is a nightclub? Maybe that's why it's so expensive. Here's a back in the day story. I remember back in the day, Tonic, which was on the corner of Peter and Richmond, on the southeast corner, $2 drinks. Used to go with a $10 bill, 5 shots of vodka, and a glass of water, please. I don't know why I didn't throw up. What did I know? I was 18. I didn't know how to drink. Okay, the point is, the most expensive one was this, High Point Road. I missed that one for some reason, and I can't remember why it wasn't where I looked earlier. So let's do this. Here are my properties. Let's go. We're going to start here with 45 Kensington Drive. So we'll go to the map first. And where are we exactly? Well, as you can see up here, looks like we're maybe in the little bit of nowhere. No, it's not the nowhere, but it is, as you can see. Okay, this is somewhat uninhabited. This is somewhat very inhabited. This has a Canadian Tire. This has a subdivision, and this has a lot of houses on big lots. So we're 404. We're north of Richmond Hill, And we're not in the middle of nowhere, but we have 147 by a 451 foot lot. Wow. 5 beds plus 2. Oh my God. 11 bathrooms for $14 million has not been changed in price. So now why did I pick this one? Well, this is a French chateau inspired home. 15,000 square feet. It's on 1.5 acres. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. 26 foot ceilings in the main. So I included this one, the first one here, because I don't like it. I wanted to do fantasy real estate. They can't all be properties that I like. If I had this, like my druthers, where does that come from? They'd all look the same. So I figured we'd look at a house where I really don't like the style, but in a fantasy home, I feel like, what was that, Mr. Deeds with Adam Sandler when he slides down the railing? Fantasy home, you need to have the staircase that's got, and again, you're telling me what it's called. I don't know. I'm a real estate agent, not an architecturalist. The staircase that has, the 2 Jimmy Jammies, let's just say, Jimmy Jammy 1 and Jimmy Jammy 2. And then the realtor said Jimmy Jammy because he doesn't know anything about houses. But this is what I'm talking about. This is not my style, and I know it's not yours either because, it's not really anybody's. But it's tough because you've got to furnish the house with stuff that's equally as unattractive as the rest of these finishes. It's very ornate. It's very gaudy. It's probably very specific to these homeowners. I think they're going to love it. They did a great job. But at the risk of sounding poor or jealous, does this feel a bit cold to you guys? Right? Are your kids doing homework here? Oh, did I see a photographer's reflection? Maybe. Yeah, it's tough to critique $29 million homes. Well, this one's 13.5, right? My office is cooler than that. I like my office way more. That's interesting. You can wash your hands while sitting on the toilet. Okay. What else? There's an elevator. There's the staircase, the Jimmy Jammy 1 and 2. Yeah, this is just so freaking ornate to me. And there's your master bedroom, right? Roll it a bed and bounce off of your, what do you call these that sit at the end of the bed? Oh. Someone emailed me a hockey card. Hang on, guys. Let's see what my hockey card guy emails me. Right? I said my life's a fantasy. Oh, that's it? I'll put this up. Boring. Those are only 6s. Those are PSA 6s. It's like $100. That's disappointing. Okay. Yeah, that's my life. My life is a fantasy because I love my house and I don't need to live in this one and I collect hockey cards. There you go. So is that a TV? Oh, hello. No, it's a fireplace. So yeah, I think it's tough to look at $14 million houses and critique them, but why don't we pretend that we've all got an unlimited budget, and why don't we all pretend that we know what we like, right? Empty room. Now you're just moving out, not staging. Why would you stage this? Kitchen downstairs. We're starting to get ugly. Not me, obviously. And then, yeah, there you go. There's a bird. We're watching a bird. So movie theater, check. Did I say I wanted a movie theater in my house? Yeah, I'd like a movie theater. Check. Gym, check. Okay. Wine cellar, no, I want to be able to sit in mine and do weird things. And I'm not like a smoke a cigar or anything. So check this out, right? This house, as I said, middle of nowhere. I don't know if they fake the sky. My photographer always asks me if I won't need that. I'm like, no, give me a normal sky. So they have a pool. It's the wrong time of year for this. I don't know why they didn't use a photo from when it was fully in bloom. You've got your barbecue out here. You've got a little cabana. And then what's on the other side of this? I don't know, but my kids could play soccer and football out there, right? There you go. Daytime shot. Okay, so check this out, right? So yeah, kind of middle of nowhere, French chateau inspired, and just super freaking ugly inside. Look at that. That was like the original house that was here, and a little bungee over here. And then look at all these garage. You walk out from here. Are they going to show us a photo of the garage? No, they're not. But some of these, you see a photo of the garage, and it's like 5 Ferraris. But check that out. Monster house. So I don't love that one, right? $14 million, luxury, fantasy, but certainly not my fantasy. So this one I included because it's really, really unique. Now I'll say this, check this out, ready? It's only a 73-foot frontage. It's only 125 deep, and it's $15 million. It's a very well-known house. It's been referred to as the glass house. Now if you scroll down here, okay, see this? A glass house that shatters expectations. Great pun. But yeah, it's, and again, fantasy house, maybe not mine because I'm boring, But when you see what this house looks like on the inside, it's one of a kind. It's an architectural gem, but it has to work for the particular buyer that's looking at it. I think that goes without saying. Now, where is Riverview? Oh, it's in Teddington Park. There's a handful of properties that are around this price point in Teddington Park, but this one is a very, very well-known glass house, right? And it's not on the side of Riverview that backs onto Rosedale Golf Course. It's actually on, right, the south side. So take a look at the photos, because this is where, right, we're getting into fantasy house. So, gosh, I need to take a course in architecture because I don't really know the terms and such. Let me try. It's very clean and flat. It's very flat and modern. It's very shiny. Yeah, stop saying words, right? But this is what I mean. So when we get into this category, guys, in fantasy house, I have no idea if this couch costs $28,000. It's like a Jean Carl Van Vleckman couch that we know nothing about. And again, right, look at the trees out back. You're surrounded, and at this kind of price point, you're going to want to feel like it's private. Now look at the minimalist theme throughout here. Not a heck of a lot. But is this your fantasy house? There's a piano. I got a question. Who's sitting over there, right? You got Kelly, Mikey, Stevie, Bobby, Danny, Jimmy, and Jammy. And then who is punished to go sit at table 2? It's like the kids' table, right? We used to do Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner or whatever. So there's the kitchen. It's kind of like, where does the food go? What's happening in here? Very shiny, very shiny. Eat-in kitchen. And then, sorry, dance floor? Lot of open space, but minimalist design. And I'm not going to critique on anyone's design because, you know, I collect hockey cards and, you know, buy chicken in bulk from Costco and drink alone in my basement. I don't have a $15 million house. But from a fantasy perspective, still not there yet for me, right? The first one, super ugly on the inside. Ugly to me. This one, absolutely beautiful, just not my style. May I critique a $15 million house, right? And there's the office. Mine's very different looking. And look at the street, right? They took these photos at the right time. Wow. Don't know what that is. I feel like I'm going into someone's bad dream. And now I'm right into it, and I need to wake up. I need to wake up. My brain hurts. My rods and cones are switching back and forth. So somebody spent a number on this, and somebody's designer spent a number on this. Like even the bedspread, you know, that's a Jean Carl Bon Boublier. It's $9 grand. And again, look at the trees, right? Floor to ceiling glass. Reminds me of Cameron Fry's house in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I got a picture of that. Remember when he pushes the Ferrari out? He was like kind of living in the woods, same situation. God, what a movie. But look, again, floor to ceiling glass. I don't know what the ceiling heights are, probably 12. Look at the bathtub. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. There's so many things in a fantasy house that I'd be like, oh, that'd be so great. I barely have time, other than yoga, Monday to Friday, 6 o'clock. I haven't worked out since I blew my knee in the half marathon. It's been 2 months. I don't have time to do anything. When in the hell would I have time to take that bath? Now, in here, I'm going to hang out with 3 of my friends. Actually, I'm not. I don't have time for that. But you can tell someone's jamming in here. Maybe we're watching movie theaters. It's soundproof. Got my guitar, got my drums, got my other guitar, and a banjo. And here we go back to the bathroom. Okay. Minimalist. Clean, flat, shiny. Now we're upstairs in an A-frame. This thing's been on the market for 3/4 of a year. And we'll look at the listing history just to say that we did. Indoor pool. Like, look at these. Like rods of steel. I need to take a course in architecture so I stop saying silly things. And again, look at the trees. It's freaking beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I also worry that someone's going to splash chlorine on that couch, but that's probably the least of your worries. It's a beautiful house. Who are you or I to critique? There you go, the glass house. So, as I said, 266 days in the market, only a 4-bed, 6-bath, $14 million. Let's take a look at the listing history. This isn't the one I was thinking of. There's one in Rosedale that's similar. So they paid $2.6 million in 2014 just for land, right? That's what was there. Look at that. Wow. And then they turned it into this architectural masterpiece. And anything else we can read from the notes? Let's see here. Every minute detail has been calculated, executed, and perfected. What might appear as a minimalism is a complex poetry of order, beauty, and flow. Because I thought it was minimalism, but it's actually a complex poetry of order, beauty, and flow. Good for you guys. You wrote it better than I or anyone else could have. Enjoy movie nights in the fully soundproof media room with elaborate sound and leather seating by Roche Beaubois. I don't own anything by Mr. Beaubois. Okay, the next one here, guys, is one that I think I picked this because I really liked it. Yes, okay. First, let's go. None of the properties that we're looking at, it's really about location. But let's go to the map. So this is out at Royal York by the Humber River, and it backs on to the Humber River, right? So it's just north of Kingsway. Let me zoom out a bit more. Okay, here's the Kingsway. You can always tell by this interesting shape that kind of looks like the state of Idaho. And then up here, yeah, backs on to Lambton. So what do I like about this one? Well, it's 12,000 square feet. It's only 15 million. Oh my God, look at this. Last status suspended. Do you know that means that they suspended this in the time it took for me to print these an hour ago? What is the universe telling us, guys? We need to buy this house. Is ironic, literally in the last hour. So what I like about this one, guys, is the Georgian. That's a fantasy home for me. So the first house, really ornate. Second house, glassy, minimalist. Not minimalist, it was a complex, inspired poetry combination, whatever. I love the Georgian style here. This is beautiful to me. Cedar shake roof, red brick. I love it. Let's take a look inside. Okay. Okay. You know what? My wife posed for the exact same photo that we have in our foyer as well. And I like this more from a style perspective. It's going to be really hard to find your style, isn't it? Right? I'm not looking at furniture. I don't care about furniture. I'm looking at the hardwood, the baseboards, the crown, right? Remember the first one, how ornate it was? I like this. And yeah, that's better for me. And you in some houses that are, you take like a 30-foot lot, 30 by 120 on the lee side, and you're like, I hope I have space for my round, just like sit down, eat in kitchen. Here they have an 8-person eat in because it's a monster house. But I do like this kitchen a lot. Look at the size of that fridge. Put a lot of Costco chicken in there. Beautiful. I love it. I really, really love it. Yeah. And again, like I wouldn't have purple chairs and such, but I love it. I love the flow. Color scheme's not all mine, but that's easy enough to change. Okay. Too dark. Not my jam. I go lighter here. But again, I like the ceiling without all that crazy detail. The TV's too small. Let's get into the office. Oh, fudge yeah. That's my jam. I love it. I love this. This is my fantasy house. Is this your fantasy house? Does that say Neil Young? I even like the guy that's here. Mario. Does that say Mario? Is Luigi going to be there too? I hope so. Maybe Toad. Maybe Princess. I don't know if there will be time. Yeah, book on the Eiffel Tower. Don't really care. Just really playing Super Mario. So yeah, that is amazing. I absolutely love it. This is so frickin' amazing. You see? We're getting into it. Oh, look at the size of this area rug. That's great. It's warm on your feet. I really am enjoying this house. This is more my style. Now I may relax. I'm not a clothes person. Okay, you know what jeans I didn't get? Okay? Not a car guy. Don't care how many pistons or rods, horsepower. What does that have to do with anything? I really don't care about your engine. Guy drives by in a loud car. You're like, wow, that guy must have a big ego. Not a car guy. Not a foodie. I've mentioned this before. I eat food, because I like to sustain life. It's not an art for me. I don't want a cracker that's this big with a dollop of something, and then after I eat that, it's like 45 minutes to get the next stupid thing. And I'm also not a clothes person. I didn't get the fashion gene. If I had to, I could dress up pretty well. And of course, when I was younger, we all did that because we had low self-esteem and needed to conform. But I'm not a clothes person. So those are my only 3 faults at all. But I still look at this and I think this is very, very cool. I know enough about clothes and bags and nonsense to know that this is Louis Vuitton. There's a little damage here. I'd like to see maybe that buffed out after we make the offer. But this is really cool. I always think of Ray Donovan in his closet picking a Rolex for the day. Yeah, this is cool. I really like this. That's very nice. Wait, didn't we just see a monster closet? Oh my God. Well, for 15 schmil, I should hope, right? Yeah, wow. 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 Is this guy saying he's poor? He has nothing in his pocket? $15 million house. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How many beds, baths? We didn't even do that. Oh my God. Kids' room. And look. That's so cute. Jack and Jill. I really want a Jack and Jill bath for my kids so they can share a bathroom till they're teenagers and then they're going crazy. Actually, they're already... Wait, is this another office? Oh, this must be upstairs. Okay. Very cool. I really like the one downstairs. There's your movie theater, right? Family room. It's at grade. It's not in the basement, but maybe there is another one downstairs. Ding, ding, ding. Billiard room. Did I say I wanted a billiard room? A bar. Did I say I wanted a bar? No, but now I'm just coming up with ideas. Guitar, Beatles. Okay. Lot of Beatles. No, that's the Rolling Stones. Oh my God. Is that Elton John maybe? Okay, cool. This is great. I'm loving this house, guys. I am loving this house. Pool table, another movie theater, a gym, home gym. Did I say I wanted a gym? I don't work out anymore. And I have like a gym in my basement. It's actually the guest room, which has a bike and some freaking weights. But I don't use it because I'm too busy. So now we've got the wine cellar. We wanted the wine cellar, so we get a check there. But it doesn't have, that option to like sit down and really imbibe. From the Latin, imbibe? From the Latin, I don't remember, to drink. Okay, let's look at the grounds. Got a little pool, grass in between, foliage. Okay, outdoor kitchen cabana situation. Why would you cook out there? Maybe Jeeves does. Maybe Jeeves cooks. I think Jeeves cooks. I love this. Look at that. Give me an aerial shot now so we can see the different terrace levels. This is so cool. That's cool. Give me one more aerial shot. Yes! Yeah. And someone's doing a bigger house next door. I see your 15 million, Jeeves, and I raise you 20. This is such a cool house. So, this is the third. This is the best, in my opinion. What is this, where the help comes in? Oh, that's the garage access. Okay. This is my fave. Let's go to the next one and see if it can even hold a candle. Where does that word come from? Now, Sandringham's interesting, okay? So check this out. One of the most coveted landmark estates, Rosewood Estates, sets a bar for luxury in Toronto. Nestled back on a sprawling 1.12-acre private ravine lot on a quiet dead-end street. Really? Where? Let's take a look. Okay. See this? Now it's north of the 401. You're not going to get noise from there. I actually don't know. But again, it is a dead-end street. It backs onto green space, and no one is on this street. No one would have any reason to be on this street unless they live there, so it's super quiet. Now let's take a look. Oh, do I need even a 5-bed, 8-bath? We don't care. We just want to see photos. So check it out. I like the look of this one from the outside. See this kind of the stone look, English cottage style, and it looks, I don't want to say unassuming, because, like 1-story, 2-story, 3-story, but like unassuming compared to some of the chateaus that we've seen, right? Look at the gate, 2 tall pines. I'm really liking this. This is cool. Is that a basketball net? Check. I want a basketball net. Do I need a basketball court? No. Oh. Message from one of the guys in the football pool. Don't forget to lock. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Did I mention I play Matthew in the football pool this week? If I lose to Matthew, all hope is lost. All hope is lost. Okay, so let's look inside the house here. So style-wise, I don't love this so far, and this isn't my jam, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. I have a feeling I'm going to like this house. I like it from the outside. I'm not that fancy. I'm not that fancy. That's expensive. I know that. I forget the name of it. French. Could have said anything. French, Italian. Okay, let's keep going here. Cottagey, right? That's what I said. French country. Not really my thing. Again, David, when is that course you're taking on architecture? Yeah, that's a very cool shot. Check this out. Whoa, look at this rounded archway. Don't love the molding here, but that's an incredible shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of people. I don't even know that many people. I don't have any friends. Chris is my friend. I force him to be because he works with me. So again, in your office at the front, you have a piano. It's a lot of pressure to learn how to play. Maybe this isn't the office. I see wood paneling like that, and I assume that's the master, I would think. And again, there's an extra half story here. But look at the ceiling height in here, right? This is a fantasy house. Absolute fantasy house. I just like the other one more, right? Finishes in here aren't my jam, but again, someone's jam. Nice collection of hats. Okay, very cool. Very ornate. Not ornate. There you go. That's getting there, right? Kid's doing all right. Little guy's doing fine. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Laundry room. That feels like a laundry room. Let's be honest. It feels like wallpaper you would find in a laundry room. Indoor basketball court. Check. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Don't do what Donnie Dote doesn't do. Okay, so indoor basketball court. This is, I don't know what. That's, and also I don't know what. And then we got our gym. We have our movie theater, popcorn, but those are tough to keep clean. And then we have an outdoor pool, foliage, surrounded, wow, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is this, a resort? Well, we're doing fantasy houses, guys, right? In a fantasy house. That is so cool. It literally, okay, I get the style inside, right? What? Outdoor basketball court? Wow. 108 Sandringham. And there it is, right? As I said, backs onto the golf course. That is so cool. Did I know what golf course this is? Sandringham, north of 401. Is it Don Valley? I haven't played there in so long, I'm trying to recognize the holes. But also I moved 8 inches closer to the screen, which is how you know I'm getting old. So what golf course is that? Earl Bale Stormwater Management Park? No, where's Don Valley? Sorry guys, work with me here. No, that's not it. Don Valley. No, that is it. This is Don Valley. Yeah, it is Don Valley. Okay, okay. So last one here, guys. Oh man, it's good when it's the last one of the year. Okay, the last one here is 30 High Point. Remember we did like this is a pick 6, right? This is the one I wanted to do because I thought it was the most expensive until that other one came in. Now where's 30 High Point? It's up in the Bridle Path area. So, you know, the Bridle Path has the brand name, right? Here it is, the Bridle Path. But there's 3 streets when you come in off of Bayview to go and stalk people with big houses like Drake. Park Lane Circle, High Point, and then Bridle Path. And I forget where Drake is. I've driven by his house a couple times. Sometimes, you know, you're bored with the kids. Let's go snoop. So what is this one? It's an 8-bed, 12-bath. It's on a 200 by 479 foot piece of land. An exceptionally rare landmark residence in Toronto's most prestigious neighborhood. Hidden behind lush landscaping, quietest section of the Bridle Path, 26,000 square feet. Have a live band at the base of the atrium or spend intimate time in the Zen meditation garden. So this one has a lot of photos of the outside, and maybe this is why we did a pick 6, because there's not a heck of a lot to look at in here. Just consider for a moment, I was going to say it doesn't look like that big a house. It's definitely bigger than your 2-bedroom condo. It's surrounded by trees, and these are mature. I'm no arborist, but it looks to me like these are, you know, 50, 60, 70-year-old trees, and it really is surrounded. It really is private. And again, up here you would expect that anybody who has a house here has a massive gate out front. Drake's Gate is like a fortress. So in here with this amount of concrete and just by the style of it, you know, I'm thinking 70s, 80s, right? 60s, 70s, 80s. It looks kind of institutional, right, with this. So 28 million. I don't know who sells $28 million houses. Got to be a lot of work. Don't know what I'm looking for in a $28 million house. I really don't. I have no idea what I'm looking for. You know what I would do? I would buy a $5 million house and then keep the 23. That's just my jam. Or maybe I buy houses all over the world, right? And again, based on this brick, this has a 70s feel to it. Yeah. The wood here, yeah, it's got a bit of a 70s feel. See this? Right? That's what I mean. So 28 million. Most expensive, well, let's say in the core. The other one that we found was 29 million. Wow. Underground garage. A lot of these houses have this, by the way. They just didn't show it in the photos. So now you get back to outside, 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 outside. So what are they selling here? Are they selling us the outside? Are they selling us just, you know, hey, we've got a $28 million house. There's a very finite number of buyers for that. So if you know, you know. There's a lot of deals, maybe not at 28 million, but a lot of deals in, what's luxury? You have a different definition than I do. 6 million. A lot of deals between, you know, 6 and 15 million off market. Those agents know each other. They don't bring it to MLS. You've got a buyer looking, you call the agents you know that have those properties. So a lot of the stuff is off market. So I think maybe for a house like this, you don't need to put 40 photos on MLS. Also, there's 26,000 square feet, so you're just trying to give them the gist of it, because you could go, you know, all night putting photos up of a house that's this big. So there you go. So that's it. That was a long one, actually, if I'm being honest. I don't know how many stories I told in between today, but fantasy houses, right? From 14 million to 28 million. And, you know, we started with Kensington, which was very ornate and not my style. I wanted to include it so that you don't think I'm cherry picking. We went to Riverview, which was an architectural masterpiece that a lot of people would like, very minimalist. Then we went to my favorite, which was Edge Hill. That was super cool. I loved so much about that house. Sandringham was also an awesome house, a little cottagey inside for my taste. And then we finished with High Point at $28 million, which is just, wow. I don't even know what to say about that. So do you guys find it funny that when you're looking at houses that you will never be able to afford, that you critique them? You being vous, right? The French would say. Just all of us, myself included. And that's what's so ironic, is that we all have different tastes and preferences, different styles. We're looking for different things. In all seriousness, I don't need a virtual golf simulator in my home. What I would like, I guess, a gym. You know, I'd really like a gym. I don't work out as much anymore. I'm pretty broken down, but I would love a real gym. If I ever get back into it, can I get a barbell overhead? You know, and it sucks. I never thought I'd be that guy. When I was younger, I was like, I'll never be the guy that works out at home. I'll always go to the gym. Love the clank of the steel weights. I love chalking up, you know, all over the place. And now I freak out when my kids spill glitter. Although, to be perfectly honest, they shouldn't be playing with glitter. And slime, my boy had slime. I was like, no, I freaked out. I was like, slime is banned. My daughter's like, you mean with glitter, Daddy? I was like, yes, absolutely. So no, I'm not going to be chalking up in the home gym in my house. But yeah, I think a gym would be cool. Beyond that, I don't really know what I need. I need my home office to work. I like having an eat-in area in the kitchen where we can hang out and not have to go to the formal dining. That's my fantasy. So for some people, it's these houses. Call me simple. Oh, I need my man cave. Yeah, sorry, that's actually a very essential part of my life. Should I let you in on a little secret? Yeah, I love my man cave. I bought those jerseys 10 years before I bought the house. Before my wife and I. Anyways, guys, that's it. This was a long one. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. It's going to do it for us for Pick 5 for 2023. As I said, maybe I could do one next week. I don't know who's watching. I'm going to London with my family on December 26th. I am going to see my brother and his family. And I will be back the first week of January. I'll be back on January 1st. But I think I'll be back with Pick 5 the first week of January. So if you have any ideas for Pick 5s you want to see in the new year, please feel free to email me. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic weekend, subsequent week, Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's, and we'll see you not next week, but next year. Bye for now.